Kim know all his deepest secrets. You understand?
47-year-old Porter's body found after a desperate call to 911. The entertainment world mourning her passing at only 47.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body.
Conspiracy theories about Diddy having a hand in Kim Porter's death have been floating for ages. Now even his own daughters are pointing fingers at Diddy, asking questions about what really happened to their mother. In a strange turn of events, the twins' nanny filed a lawsuit against Puffy for wrongful termination after Diddy fired her for being pregnant out of wedlock. We've got all the deets, so hang on tight, guys, because you are in for a rough ride. Diddy, the business mogul, has been under fire due to the suspicion of being involved in his ex-girlfriend and baby mama, Kim Porter's death. P. Diddy has just fired his daughter's nanny, with whom they had a very strong bond. The sources have come forward anonymously by contacting a YouTuber through email to protect their identity. The explosive email reads,
Diddy's twin girls having questions about the passing of their mother. So to make a long story short, they don't believe their mother passed away from pneumonia.
The email even included the reason for which the nanny was fired. It seems like the twins and the nanny were looking into the case of Kim's murder, and Diddy panicked and ended up firing the nanny.
The twins had a nanny that they were confiding to about not believing how their mother passed. And when Diddy found out that the nanny was digging for information by questioning the twins about anything that stood out to them that was strange leading up to their mother's passing, they implicated that Diddy seemed a bit more on edge and extremely attentive to them a bit more than usual. The nanny was fired as a result. It's all over the blogs.
As you heard, Diddy fired the nanny because he was nervous about them figuring out the truth behind his ex passing. To top it off, the public believes that Diddy surely had a hand in Kim's demise in one way or another. I will never believe Kim died from pneumonia. I don't know how Diddy is responsible, but I bet he is in one way or another. I hope the twins never stop asking questions until they get the answers they deserve. Another added, I knew it was more to that nanny getting fired. The truth is slowly but surely coming out. Those girls have probably seen some things online about Diddy's involvement in their mother's passing. They're old enough to know what's going on now. The nanny, who had the best interest of the twins at her heart, sued the father for wrongful termination. It was also revealed that the nanny was actually a niece of the deceased model. In legal documents obtained by TMZ, Rowe is suing Combs, TriStar Sports, and others, claiming she was fired in 2020 after she learned she was pregnant and requested maternity leave. Rowe claims she was hired to serve as a full-time nanny to Diddy's twin daughters, Delilah Star Combs and Jesse James Combs, after their mother Kim Porter tragically passed away in November 2018. The legal representative addressed the reason by informing that she was fired because she was pregnant and unmarried, which set a bad example for his daughters. Well, that sure is rich, coming from a person who was never married in his life and has fathered 7 of his children. Moreover, in an interview with TMZ, the spokesperson for Bad Boy Records rebuked all the allegations claimed by the nanny. The lawsuit is a meritless shakedown to extort money from Mr. Combs. Raven is not the niece of Kim Porter, as she falsely alleges, nor is there any legal basis for this case to be filed under the anonymity as a Jane Doe. Her babysitting services were always intended to be temporary, especially since the girls were getting older and spending most of the day at school. In fact, Raven's transition out of her role was planned and agreed to by her long before she even mentioned that she was pregnant. Mr. Combs will take swift and immediate action to protect his family against these false claims. And as you heard, they purposely released the nanny's real name, Raven, as well. Observing these events, fans believe that this is just the beginning because the twins will continue to grow and investigate. So Diddy is in deep trouble.
And what I think is going to happen, his daughter's about to get older, and they're going to despise him for the way he treated them. They're going to despise, and they're going to treat him real bad, and who tell how it's going to turn out. So P. Diddy in trouble, man.
It looks like Diddy is getting more restless by the day and doing unthinkable things behind the scenes. Remember the first coroner report that deferred the cause of death because toxins were found in Kim's body? Well, it looks like the first autopsy officer was nowhere to be found after the results were publicized. Sources revealed that the initial Hollywood coroner was named Ed Winter, and now it turns out that the officer has passed away. It looks like Ed was forced to take the backseat in Kim Porter's case as he was not pushing the narrative. Some fans even speculate, I figure something happened to him. SMFH, you all know why the higher-ups won't let the cat out of the bag yet, right? Y'all know who is still that gatekeeper. And let's not forget the conclusion Jaguar Wrights made about the deaths of all the old Uptown Records members.
They were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma.
Well, it makes more sense than the fake tributes he paid to Kim. Even Gene Deal spilled it all out for us that Diddy is used to making money on other people's names, regardless of whether they're dead or alive.
You gotta look at the dude actions, man. His actions when Kim was alive. He was with every chick, every dude, whoever he wanted to be with, when Kim was alive, praying with them.
Besides, the Indie Club rapper stated his take on Diddy's toxic personality.
The next to Mate, it's the next to Job. Look, Puffy might be the destination for anybody going nowhere.
Coming back to the case in point, Kim Porter actually contacted her doctor when she was really ill, but she never heard back. An anonymous source revealed that the doctor was on Diddy's payroll and denied that he even got a call from Kim. Sources stated that after waiting in vain for the doctor to get back to her, she shared her dilemma with the father of her daughters, who referred her to another doctor of his choice. And as you all know, they did not save her. But surprisingly, Kim did have an inkling of what was going on. So she allegedly sent a group text to all her close friends saying, "He got me," but the phone was confiscated by the security team brought by Diddy when he got to Kim's house after she died. Now you might be wondering why Diddy would go after Kim. Well, you might remember that Kim was working on a tell-all book which disappeared after she died. Gene speculates that it was the main reason behind her demise because Diddy's secrets must have been included in the book.
Kim probably told all that in her book. You understand? That up and got missing the day she died. You understand what I'm saying?
And the fans are right beside Gene on that one. Kim Porter had videos, texts, phone recordings, witness testimony, etc. of Diddy being gay. She was in the middle of writing a tell-all book before her passing. Diddy was terrified on a daily basis because he was losing control over Kim, and he knew she had all of his tea. But the thing is, Diddy still has too much influence in the industry. An inconspicuous informant told that Diddy was successfully stopping Kim's book from seeing the light of day. According to them, he slammed the parties with lawsuits because they included information regarding his backhanded dealings. In his now deleted post, Kim Porter's ex-boyfriend and father to her eldest son, Al B. Sure, suggested that Porter was running from something prior to her passing, and that he encouraged her to call the FBI for help. She sent me the saying, "Life imitating art, art imitating life." Now it all makes sense. She told me other stuff too. She was running. I said, call the FBI. And that is not the end of it. Diddy is trying to confiscate all or any evidence all the parties have against him, including video footage, recordings, or any material. If this does not reflect the true nature of the rapper, I don't know what will. But publicly, Diddy has been playing the role of a heartbroken sweetheart very diligently after Kim's passing. On her 4th death anniversary, he posted on Instagram, "Every day we celebrate you and thank God for blessing us with the time we shared together. Thank you for making me smile for a lifetime. You've made me a better father and a better man. I'm so grateful for all the moments, the memories, the laughs, and the love." Diddy had previously reflected on Kim Porter's passing during the premiere episode of Young Miami's Revolt podcast, Karesha Please. "At first, I cried for like 3 months straight," he admitted. "I would just be walking around crying, just like all the time. It hurt so bad. I was just not moving. I had isolated myself. It was rough. I really could not control crying. I would be anywhere and any memory would just get me and really break me down. But as time went on and I had to deal with reality and really prayer and God, talking to God is what got me through it." It sure is a tear-jerking, well-scripted response, but his actions do not coincide with his words. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.